when we talk about vulnerability,
Yeah.
and we talk about psychological safety, something that I remember from the Army was this notion that unless you care about and are able to connect with your people,
Yeah.
performance isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
In an agency as large as Central Pierce,
Yeah.
where it's difficult for you or even for the command staff to actually be down and touching every firefighter, paramedic in every station, how do you instill that kind of care?
Yeah.
And still maintain standards?
Yeah. It's such a great question. In our particular circumstance, right, we're in the final steps of merging 3 organizations. So Graham, Orting, and Central Pierce. And each of the 3 organizations, as you know, had their own culture, had their own policies, had their own practices. I mean, just everything was different. So, the traditional approach of like this true hierarchical top to bottom, it just wasn't going to work. So when you guys were sharing the elements of McChrystal's book, the entire concept of team of teams and really getting mission centered, it just became a focus of like, man, we have to decentralize, we have to empower, we have to really get focused around what is our purpose, because if everybody can get focused around our purpose, then everything will just come into play. But then it asks the question about what are the values that go with that purpose. And even though we continue to struggle in this space some, like it became the glue that allowed us to start the process. And I'm not saying by any means we're finished, nor do we have it perfected, but it allowed it to become the way with which we start saying, listen, it doesn't matter if you were at that end of the district or that end of the district or in this battalion or on that unit, right? You have the ability to lead in that space, in that moment, based upon the purpose and ethos of this organization. And we're going to continue to supplement that with strong policy as it's developed along the way. It's been challenging, but that tool in itself, just one example that you've given us, has been very, very helpful.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, you're saying that by having that clarity around your purpose and your values, it's allowing you to be able to empower folks and decentralize some of the decision making as long as they are committed to adhering to that purpose and living those values. That gives you can sleep at night knowing that even if a mistake's made, that they're doing it in the same direction.
It's the same, Fennessy talks about that mission driven, right? It's the same concept, slightly different, right? Just in the way that we've adapted to it. But yes, exactly that. I mean, there are still times today, right, where there is either absent policy or absent, experience, where in the moment there's no way to substitute anything other than just saying, I'm going to do this because it's consistent with the purpose of us being people and helping those people. And that is what's driving the organization forward.
Wow.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.